Well, hello and good morning, Bexleyheath Academy, and specifically our Year 9. I hope you are well and I hope you are doing incredibly well at home. It is, of course, your opportunity to be celebrated this term, and right now is going to be your assembly. Today's assembly has got several parts to it. You'll be looking at highlights from this term. The important bit, we've got some subject awards. Really important because this is voluntary as well. We've got your remarkable club highlights. We have your virtual lesson attendance, as well as your engagement awards, which is a new thing because of the way we are learning at the moment. We've got some affirmations, some positives to look forward to term 4 before we close. I do also have the pleasure of having Miss Shallow, Miss Delver, and Miss Doyle with me today for today's assembly. Hi guys, very nice. We move on quite quickly to the highlights of the term. Now I start with what is, I suppose, could have been seen as a bit of a low light. When we're expecting to return straight after Christmas, often one of the harder terms to come back to, we return straight into lockdown. But I'm not going to see that as a negative. I'm not going to see that as a low light. I'm actually going to pin that as a highlight. The way you guys adapted, you were resilient, you were strong enough to be able to say, okay, we're going back into lockdown, but we're not going to let that ruin our education. And you guys completely, very quickly and openly engaged with the online learning, which was absolutely fantastic. You just understood what you needed to do. You were straight back into those lessons, and learning continued literally from day one. That is called resilience. Resilience to be able to take on a problem, not to get bowled over by that problem, but to be able to come back and do the right thing afterwards. And that was impressive from you guys. Now you've adapted to a new virtual learning rules with engagement levels and the standards that the teachers are now pushing for you. And that is also a massive highlight. I spent a lot of time dropping into lessons, talking to Year 9 students and talking to Year 9 parents as well about the learning, the engagement and what goes on in those lessons. And you guys are a real highlight because the work, the engagement and the effort you are putting in is absolutely phenomenal. We're going to touch on this later, but clubs have been an absolute highlight for you guys this term. I think it's fantastic that even in a virtual world, you're still engaging with a range of activities. You're enriching yourself beyond just an educational environment, and that is fantastic. And it will pay dividends, will be beneficial for you in the longer term. Now, this is a bit teachery, but one of my highlights was the week 5 assessments. So forgive me from being a little bit teachery there. It was great to be able to see the number of you that have tucked into your week 5 assessments, proud and happy to be able to show off your knowledge and learning to your teachers, and hopefully proud and happy to be receiving those results very, very soon. So well done for that, guys, because it's not an easy process and you guys have well and truly tucked into it, and you will get the rewards coming from it. So fantastic and well done. They have been my highlights for this term. Now my next little highlight are the subject awards. You are indeed remarkable. This is a long, long list and I am very proud to be able to doing it. We start alphabetically with art and design. Neva for producing an excellent end of term assessment piece and always completing all work set to a high standard. James, consistent dedication, enthusiasm and skills within his art and design work this term. Daisy, consistent dedication, enthusiasm and skills. Well done, guys. That is a really nice start. Moving forward to drama. Ellie, outstanding effort and engagement this term. That's you also, Kira. Well done. Heather, an unusually brave and is always willing to contribute to discussions and perform her work in class. Wow, that takes confidence, that takes some skill. Well done. Tacumbo, for positive engagement in virtual lessons and being born ready. Fantastic. Well done, guys. Moving on to English. Start off with Gordy. Hi, Gordy. Gordy, for an excellent quality of work, which has been consistent throughout the weeks of remote learning, is often the first to volunteer ideas, blesses with a beautiful singing voice, and has taken on various roles during our reading of Blood Brothers. What a great piece of text that is. Not only, but Gordy's confidence is kept as entertaining lessons and has set an example for other students to encourage others to participate more in their virtual learning. Wow, that is quite a sentence, and that is quite an impact, young man. Well done. Ever others discovered what is possible this term, she always brings 100%. Henry always puts 100% into his works and makes careful and considered contributions. He's always willing to help others. Finally, for English, Daisy. Well done, Daisy. Daisy is one of the first students in class and settles in, completing all work swiftly, with thought and brilliant detail. Oh, I like that. Brilliant detail. Well done, Daisy. Confidence has grown exponentially. Oh, we need to talk to our maths teachers about that in a moment this term, and she is happy to share her thoughts and ideas in the chat window. That is exactly what I want to see from you, Year 9s. Well done. Geography. Charlie, Henry, Daisy, and Lily. Starting with Charlie, for contributing high quality work and answers both during Google Meet and online submissions. And that goes back to my highlights, the way you guys have just absolutely tucked in to a virtual environment and the way you are getting on with this. Fantastic. Henry, for great participation during online lessons, the resilience in completing all work set to a very good standard. Daisy, for continuous engagement in lessons and demonstrating an outstanding attitude to learning through high quality answers and questions. Lily, for a remarkable effort in all lessons, demonstrating the highest standards in her performance in class and in her written work. Wonderful, well done. We move on to another humanities subject, history this time. Dhirav, as an excellent attender, scores highly on his assessments and is dedicated in all respects. His work and engagement are exceptional. Riyadh, for hard work and great contributions to every history lesson this term, and for achieving 100% in the assessment. Oh my goodness, well done. James, Lisan, for your excellent attendance and virtual engagement this term, well done. Precious, for consistent hard work, great results. So you achieved 100% in that assessment yet again. Wow, they are standards that we can only hope to achieve. Human studies next. Lucas always finishes his work to a very high standard, is really pushing the limits and works hard to get the best possible results. Well done, Lucas. That's a really nice sentence to have about you. We move on to innovation and technology, a subject I do quite like. Daisy, Lucas, Daisy, Jack, Kira, Taylor, and Ellie. Quite a list there, which is lovely. Going back to Daisy. Is Daisy and Daisy, or the two Daisies? Work out who's you. Daisy, for a fantastic engagement to complete an independent innovation project to a high standard. Lucas, consistently working hard during innovation and technology and supporting classmates with his coding skills. Daisy and Jack, for good engagement in live lessons. Keep up the good work. Kira, Taylor, Ellie, outstanding effort and engagement. And that yet again reflects my highlights from this term with comments such as that. Well done, you guys. Right, we go over to maths. Do they have any exponential progress in there? No? Oh, maths. Riley, persevering with the topic and learning conditions were challenging. Daisy, attending every Google Meet and consistent completing work to the best of her ability. Dhirav, excellent achievements in progress checkers and assessments. Both Lucas and Riyadh, excellent achievement and engagement. Fantastic, guys. Well done. Music. This is always a very popular area. Henry, for enthusiasm and making so many positive contributions to lessons. Precious, for achieving the highest assessment score in year 9. Wow. Lucas, for enthusiasm and making so many positive contributions to the lessons. Well done, guys. That is genuinely impressive. Moving forward to PE, Toby, always ready to give an answer in the chat window. Hands every piece of work in, and it is evident that he cares about his scores. That's impressive. Well done. Keep this attitude up, Toby, and well done. A nice bit of encouragement from PE just there. Ellie, outstanding effort engagement in PE lessons. Fantastic. Couldn't ask for more, could you really? Durham, excellent engagement in online lessons and one of the top 3 scores in the class for the week 5 assessments. Boom. Well done, you. Well done, Durham. Thoroughly deserved. Fantastic. Daisy, have an excellent engagement in all virtual PE lessons and always willing to offer help and advice to others in the Google Classroom. That is fantastic. Science, wonderful subject of science. Favour, excellent engagement during all my online lessons. Favour has worked very hard. Keep up the hard work, always willing to answer those questions. That's so important. Consuelo, always ready to give an answer in the chat window. Hands every piece of work in, and it's evident that she cares well about the scores she receives. Keep up the attitude, Consuelo. Well done. Moving on to Spanish. So Ellie is hardworking, always tries to push the limits. She completes all work to a high standard. She's achieved consistently high scores, her work and her assessments. Well done, you. Riyadh always strives to complete work to a high standard and push the limits. Her marks have been consistently high. Seda, for her continuous effort and hard work this term, Seda is pushing the limits to get the best possible results. That is exactly the sort of vocabulary we want to be sharing in Year 9. Well done. Oh, very quickly onto the clubs. Just want to quickly say before I hand over to Miss Doyle, that is an absolute pleasure, Year 9. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. Thank you for being part of my highlight for this term, and keep up your efforts going forward. As I said, clubs were a highlight for me this term. And it's amazing that you guys can engage with clubs even in a virtual environment. However, I'll hand over to Miss Doyle, who is well and truly prepared to share some of this learning from you. Miss Doyle, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. And to echo what Mr. Walters said, wow, that was an incredible list of students. And it's so lovely to see so many of your names up there and some really amazing reasons that you've been nominated. So you should all be very, very proud of yourselves. And clubs has been a highlight for me this half term as well, and it's amazing to see so many of you attending in your afternoons and in your lunchtimes and getting involved in all those extracurricular activities that we are still offering in a virtual world. So there has been clubs in loads of different subjects, but we've got some shout outs, and photography particularly for our Year 9 students, and amazing work. Here is some work from James on the screen, and Miss Prescott is so impressed and has put this as a real highlight of her term as well. So we've got 2 images from James on the screen. This is our first one and this is our second, and I was blown away by these really impressive skills from you. And then we've got some more from Photography Club as well, from Daisy. So the 2 of you, really impressive, and these were the highlights of course all year groups in all academies for photography. So really well done to Daisy and James. Big congratulations from me, and we were really impressed, and I know Miss Prescott cannot wait to see what you're going to get up to next term as well. And there was fantastic work in all the other clubs as well. I'm going to hand over now to Miss Delva, who's going to do our virtual attendance awards.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Again, I'm very, very pleased to present you with the Virtual Attendance Awards. I'm going to talk about 2 things today, attendance and engagement, and I will explain to you the difference in a moment. Okay, so let's move on to the Virtual Attendance Awards. So this is the pupils who logged on every single day since we started school this term. Every single day, they've been on their computers, doing their best online. So really well done to you. And that's for them not missing one day of learning. So congratulations, that's a massive achievement. I know in these times it's very tempting to just stay in your bed and just think, oh, I can do that later. But these people wouldn't have that. They made sure that they were online every single day, ready for the lesson. So Well done to you. So that's Alfie, Ali, Ashley, Charlie, Clara, Daisy, Drew, Elijah, Riley, Seda, Elamay, Ellie, Favor, George, Gianni, Goldie, Hanlin, Harrison, Shannon, Summer, Heather, Henry, Ilhami, Jack, got two Jacks, James, Casey, Katie, Taylor, Toby, Kieran, Leah, Lily, Lisan, Lucas, Luca, Mikey, Miglena, Victor, Mohammed, Neva, Nora, Pauline, Riyadh, Rhea, and Riley. Congratulations to you guys. Please keep it up. You're doing it's absolutely fantastic what you did to be online every single day, ready to learn. That is great achievement. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the virtual lesson engagement. Now there's a difference, okay? And that's the difference. It lies in the fact that some of our pupils, not only log on in the lessons every single day, but they also make sure to reach the highest grade possible. So the pupils I'm going to present to you right now have had the highest numbers of 4, the score 4, in their virtual engagement every single day. So that's absolutely amazing. That's great achievement. That means if you get a 4, that means your teacher thinks not only you did everything that they expect you to do, but you went above and beyond to sort of perform at your best during that lesson. So that's absolutely brilliant. So we want to congratulate you on that. Well done to you. And here are the names: Isha, fantastic; Precious, Drew, Henry, Ellie, Jenk, Lucas, Toby, Charlie, Mohammed, Wura, Heather, Electra, Prableen, Riyadh, Seda, Daisy, James, Ria, and Hanlin. So then some of the names we saw in the previous slide are here now, and that's for having the highest number of 4s for this term. Well done to you guys. Keep it up. We're very proud of you. And I'm now going to pass over to Mr. Walters.
Hello, thank you guys. And once again, does that not just show your talents and abilities in what you are doing? Amazing to be online all the time, every day, engaging in your learning. Not only some of you doing so, but engaging to such a high level, you are receiving the highest number of 4s in this year group. That is genuinely impressive. I'm going to talk about some affirmations. Affirmations are like positive thoughts going forward, like positive ideas we can take forward towards term 4. I've split them up into time frames. So short term, even the next couple of days, get your cameras on, get your mics live, and contribute. Be part of the lesson. Be part of the lesson to contribute, to make the lesson grow, and that would be absolutely phenomenal. Midterm, so a little bit further into the future, engagement. Make sure you maintain your engagement. I want poor Miss Delver to be reading list after list after list out this time next term. I want her voice worn out by the number of students that she is going to have to mention in an assembly. So you guys get online and make sure that that is going to be part of it. In the longer term, I come back to a word I used right at the very start, which was resilience. Soon after half term, the government have suggested that they're going to let us know when you guys can come back to school. We don't know when that date is yet. As soon as we do, we will share that with you and let you know how we're going to do it safely. I know deep down in my heart, I am desperate to get you guys back in school. This is not right for a teacher. This is an unusual time also, and we need to get you back in school. So I'm going to ask you guys to show the same resilience that you showed at the start of this term for next term. The resilience to return to school, the resilience to turn to school safely, and to look forward to having your lessons back in the classroom with your teachers and ready to learn in an environment that you're much more used to. Looking forward to next week, half term. Lots of you deserve a cracking half term. Few suggestions there. Balance is the word I'm going to use. Balance your online time. School has meant you spent a lot of time online over the working week. which is absolutely fine, and that's okay. But find a balance now over the next week of online time and offline time, something to have a little bit of additional go. I challenge you to try something new next week. Have a go at something you've never done before, whether it be about cooking a dinner or just trying to cook, engaging with food and how that's going to work for you. Maybe go out and grow something. It's not, believe it or not, yes, we're covered in snow at the moment, but spring is not that far away. So could you plant out some seeds and get them ready for the spring, when the spring truly arrives? Could you build something? Could you fix something? What is going to be your new skill over half term? Part of that is to use a little bit of outdoor time, only when it is safe to do so and only when you can do so safely. You've probably spent a lot of time indoors. Use your outdoor space, whether it be your garden, park, or whatever you've got available to you, to use a little bit of outdoor space, only when it is safe to do so, and making sure you are safe to do so. Now, talking about staying safe, I will hand over to Miss Shallow, who's going to talk to you about staying safe, but also to draw the assembly to a close. Year 9, you have been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your efforts in everything from your online learning to your clubs, to your attendance, and to your achievement of 4s each and every lesson. It has been an absolute honour to work with you this term, and I'm so excited for next term. So thank you. And I will now hand over to Miss Shallow.
Thank you, Waters. Year 9, what a phenomenal assembly. Just sitting here and looking at those names and what your teachers are saying about you has been phenomenal. So keep up the good work. Mr. Waters has echoed that word over and over. You're going to come back even more resilient. Okay, so for those of you, if your name wasn't mentioned, whether it be from your subject teachers or your attendants, or like Ms. Derby said, that big difference between attendance and your engagement, make sure that next term we see your name over and over. And like Mr. Waters said, want that column to spew out with names, like to go slide after slide of all the different names. Okay, now just to remind you, there will be a Google form that will be sent out at some point tomorrow. So please, 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 your feedback is really, really important to us. As you can see, every single subject was represented in the assembly. And that has come solely from the feedback that we got from students last year, saying that they wanted every single subject to be featured in the assembly. So we need to know how to make these assemblies even more purposeful for you as a year group. Okay, so make sure you complete the feed and give us all information that you feel like we need to have to make the next term's assembly be even more remarkable as we celebrate your remarkableness. Okay, so just to bring the assembly to a close, remember to stay at home as much as possible. Obviously, if you do decide to go for your walks, remember to keep those 2 meter distant rules. Wear your face mask when you are in public, and wash your hands as often as you can, and do sanitize as well. So on behalf of myself, Mr. Waters, Miss Delva, and Miss Doyle, have a fantastic half day and safe. Bye for now. Take care.